So Jonathan Majors is found guilty and Disney drops him immediately. Now, I wasn't going to do a video about this, but several people DM me talking about, yo, you got to do a my opinion video about this. So I'm not going to do a traditional my opinion video, but I'm going to give my personal opinion. And if it offends you, I apologize. But hey, this is my personal opinion. This is how I feel. And I'm going to be honest. I didn't buy her story from the get-go. It didn't make any sense. So they're in the back of an SUV. He gets a text from another woman. She asks to see his phone. And for some reason, he decides to choke her and smack her in front of the driver who's right there. Does that make sense? Or does it make more sense that he gets a text from another woman? Her entitled ass is reaching for his phone. Maybe she's like hitting him and slapping him and trying to reach. And he's like, get away. Now, let me explain something to you. This is not a smack. This is I'm trying to defend myself from you. Get away from me. That's a smack. Did you see the form? Did you hear the sound effect I made with my mouth? You're not going to get that sound effect from trying to get someone away from you. I've never seen a movie where they add that sound effect in. Anyway, he gets out the car. He goes somewhere, which I'm assuming was to meet up with that woman who sent that text. And she goes to a club because even after being abused, she's still in the mood to party? What? Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, the next day, he calls the cops to check up on her. She didn't call the cops to report him that night or the next morning. He called the cops. Now, what abuser calls the cops to check on the abused? Like, I don't recall hearing Ike check up on Tina, and that was real abuse. Anyway, the cops show up. She's got some bruises, which I'm guessing, or injuries, which I'm guessing probably happened because she came home drunk or, took some pills or whatever. She doesn't remember what happened. She could have hurt herself. And she's like, you know what? Go ahead and add these injuries to the situation, to the charge. Yeah, he offended. These are from him. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I saw the text that he sent where he's like, don't go to the hospital, I was like, I don't know, Jonathan, that doesn't sound good at all. It sounds like a toxic relationship. It sounds like she's physically abusive and he's physically abusive, is what I thought. Until I saw the video of him running from her that night from the SUV. Olympic style. They were running. It was almost like that baton running where he's holding the phone. He's like, hurry up, girl, grab the phone. Anyway, now, when I saw that video, I was like, now I understand the hospital situation, that text. Because he's thinking, I'm guessing, this is probably what happened. They were probably having an argument. She was once again being physically aggressive. He pushes her. She accidentally falls and hits her head. And he's like, uh-oh, I just hurt a white woman. Don't go to the hospital. Please don't. Because he knows. He's black, she's white. As soon as they get to the hospital and it's like, oh, I got this bump on the head. How'd you get that? Oh, Jonathan. Oh, cop showing up. He's telling his side of the story, and they're like, yeah. Why don't you go ahead and turn around, sir? Put your hands behind your back. We got these lovely silver cuffs for you. They should fit. You're going to jail. So, of course, he doesn't want her to call the cops. Now, I think he made the fatal mistake of not getting on that stand to defend himself. Like, even Johnny Depp got on the stand and defended himself against Amber Heard. And even Jonathan Majors' ex, she got on the stand and told her side of the story with the tears. And everyone knows white women tears, they're magical. They're very effective. Like, this is why whenever you hear stories of like Karens calling the cops on to falsely accuse a black person of something, it's always they start telling the story and then they hit the tears. If they don't hit those tears, it's not going to have the same effect. If they're like, this black person, like if they just called and said, 911, there's a black guy doing, then the cops aren't going to come. But as soon as they hit the tears, this black person, oh, say no more, man. We're on our way. We'll be there, lickety split. I don't even say lickety split, but this situation seemed to warrant it. Now, let me tell you something. If you accuse me of something, I'm definitely getting up on that stand. Fuck that. But Jonathan was too cocky. He's thinking, I've got the video evidence of her partying right after this incident. I've got the video evidence of her chasing me down the street, me running away from her. I've got the driver's testimony, him saying she was the aggressive one. I got witnesses. Open and shut case, baby. Slam dunk. He forgot the fatal mistake. He's black. She's white. Like, he remembered it with that hospital text, but he seemed to have forgotten about it in the courtroom. Guilty. Listen. Me Too, they already took a loss with the Johnny Depp case. They were like, we're not going to take two losses in a year. Guilty. Black motherfucker. Now, it sucks that Disney dropped him immediately because I think if he would have been, they kept him as Kang, that movie would have done very well. I would have went to see it. And it's not like the Ezra Miller Flash situation where he had those legal problems. Whether he had them or not, that movie sucked. It would have tanked anyway. I said what I said, DC fans. You can at me. Now, it sucks because he was a rising star that he's a really good actor. And I hope he gets to make a comeback later on, but I don't know, it's not looking good. Now, the plus to this situation, if there's any, is A, he doesn't have to deal with her anymore. B, we don't have to hear about this case anymore. And C, fingers crossed, Megan Good might be back on the market. We'll see. Now, this is my opinion. If it's different from yours, that's fine. We have different opinions. If it offends you and you're like, I'm unfollowing you, then you weren't rocking me from the get-go, so poof, be gone.